morning, everyone. My topic is all about Unit 4, Strategies in Assessing Physical Education and Health in the Elementary Grades. So, our introduction, our students do not learn what we teach. It is a simple and profound reality that means the assessment is perhaps the central process in effective instruction by Dylan Williams, 2015. As gatekeepers of quality instruction, it is must for educators to understand the importance of assessment as pointed out by Dylan Williams is considered the central process in any form of instruction for it to become effective. So sabi dito is yung isang assessment, pinoint out ni Dylan Williams na yung isang assessment ay napaka-effective para sa isang instructor ng instruction ng isang teacher. So, di ba kapag yung isang assessment is nag-implement tayo ng mga different assessment, is dun pa lang is natututo na yung isang bata. So, assessment is an important component of curriculum and instruction, for it tells if the curriculum content was delivered as planned and if its intent were attained or not by the target pupils. Likewise, it effectively conveys in the instructions has been effective in assessing the pupils attain what is essential as defined by the curriculum. So, sabi dito is yung assessment is napakahalaga sa pamamagitan ng, or dahil dito is yung assessment is nakikita bilang effective na pagtuturo kung effective ba yung isang curriculum na nakapaloob doon. Then, yung isang assessment is nandun din lahat ng mga instruction or curriculum na kailangan mong gamitin sa pagtuturo. Then, thus we consider assessment as being the alpha beginning and omega or end of all instructional efforts and initiatives. Failure to understand the appreciate the vital rules of assessment and effective instruction means an overall failure or any instructional endeavor. So, yung alpha is stand for beginning, and then yung omega stand for end. So, sabi dito is yung isang assessment is hindi lang naman siya tinuturo or tinuturo. So, kailangan is nandun yung effective instruction na kung saan is nakikita mo kung ano ba yung kakulangan sa isang assessment. So, di ba mayroon yung mga failure or fail na kapag tinuro mo is hindi masyado or hindi pa naiintindihan ng mga students. So, nandun yung doon mo sasabihin na basta yun. Then, revising the essential of assessment. Assessment meaning and essential. In education, the term assessment refers to a variety of methods or tools that teachers, instructional planners, and designers use to measure and document the learning progress and educational challenges for pupils. So, yung assessment, it refers to the variety of methods or tools that the teacher, instructional planners. So, dito is lahat ng mga kailangan ng isang student or mga student is dapat is nakabase sa learning niya. Kumbaga is lahat ng mga challenges is nangyayari kasi di ba kapag yung mga student is mayroon silang challenge or na bigyan sila kunwari ng challenge is talagang inaano nila. So Black and Williams 1998 defined assessment broadly to include all activities that teachers and pupils undertake to gain information that can be used diagnostically to alter teaching and learning. So ayon kay Black and Williams 1998, dinedefine niya yung assessment as a broadly na kung saan is napakaraming activities na binibigay yung teacher sa student para magkaroon ng information yung isang student. This particular definition assumes that the responsibilities rest on both the teachers and pupils as they both navigate the dynamics of teaching and learning. As a process, it is defined as gathering both quantitative and qualitative information that aids in describing the pupil's knowledge, skills, and attitude relative to course content, competency, or standards. So, dito yung both qualitative and quantitative information dinidescribe niya as sa pupils kung ano ba yung KSA, which is the knowledge, skills, and attitude. So, di ba kapag gumagawa tayo ng lesson plan is nandun nakapaloob yung content, competency, and the standard. So, this quantitative and qualitative information is used as the relevant basic in making a sound instructional decision about the pupil's learning that could happen at any point in the instructional process. In many cases, the teacher and learning facilitators find themselves in a precarious position of whether or not to introduce new content to a particular class in which a significant number of whom has difficulty understanding the old topics. The data provided by the assessment is of great importance for teachers to arrive at the sensible decision. So yung quantitative at qualitative, isa siyang information na kung saan is nabibigay ng case learning. Oo, yun. So, sino gusto magpasa? Christine.
Relative purpose. Divisional assessment can assume several forms depending on the intention for which it is administered. As Scriven 1967 pointed out, assessment can either be employed as formative to improve or summative to decide.
So, yun na nga yung educational assessment na kung saan is napag-aralan na naman natin yung informative at saka yung summative. Yung formative to improve and then yung summative to decide. So, yung formative is ginagawa ata siya before or after during? During? During na. Formative and assessment, classroom assessment. Pakibasa mo nga.
Formative and summative classroom assessment. It is important to point out that assessment is conducted through classroom-based assessment, national assessment of student learning, and system assessment. Large-scale assessment like National Achievement Test or NAT, Program for International Student Assessment or PISA, Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study or TASE, and Southeast Asia Primary Learning Metrics or CPLM are examples of system assessment that gauge the overall performance of the pupils in a participating country or economy.
So, the importance of formative and assessment point out that the assessment is conducted through classroom-based assessment. So, di ba, nung high school tayo or nung elementary tayo is nagkakaroon ng mga ganitong test na kung saan is, dito pa lang is kailangan matest kung ano bang kakayahan meron ng isang student. So, dito pa lang sa NAT, PES, sa TIMS, and etc. is, dun pa lang is nakikita mo na kung ano yung skill na mayroon yung isang bata. So, next po. Camille.
Recent results of these international large-scale assessments are indicative of the weak performance of Filipino pupils as compared to their counterparts abroad. Though various factors are contributing satisfactory to the low performance of the Philippines, much has to be accounted for on how the basic education system delivers quality and relevant instructions among the 23 million Filipino pupils, both from public and private schools.
Thank you. So next po, Pamela.
So large-scale assessment is an important aspect of educational assessment. This section places a premium on classroom assessment being an essential responsibility of teachers on a day-to-day basis. As stipulated in the Department Order Number 8 Series of 2015, classroom assessment is an ongoing process of identifying, gathering, organizing, and interpreting quantitative and qualitative information about what pupils know and can do.
So sinasabi dito na yun nga yung large scale assessment is napaka-importante na knowing your student interest is very important, right? So next, classroom assessment is both a teaching approach and a set of techniques. This approach is that the more a teacher knows about what and how the pupils are learning, the better he or she can plan the learning activities to structure his or her teaching. The techniques are mostly simple, non-graded, anonymous in-class activities that give both the teacher and the pupils useful feedback on the teaching learning process. As pointed out, earlier classroom-based assessment is composed of formative and summative assessment administered by teachers in their classroom. So, formative assessment, Boston 2002 defines formative assessment as the diagnostic use assessment to provide feedback to the teachers and pupils over the course of instruction. It allows pupils the communicate that they know Boston 2002 and where they are right now, William 2013. So, alam naman na natin itong formative assessment, di ba? Na doon pa lang is matitest before. Before. So, nandun nakapaloob yung, yung kakayahan ng bata kung mayroon ba silang prior knowledge. The term formative should apply not to the assessment, but to the function that the evidence generated by the assessment itself. It focuses on the learning function rather than the grading function. By Black and William, 1998. Sino gusto mong basa? Ate Greg.
As reiterated in PO Series 2 2015, a formative assessment may be given at any time during the teaching and learning process. It involves teachers generating and using evidence about what the pupils know and can do it inform and improve their teaching. The teachers observe and guide the pupils through genuine interaction and dialogue, thereby gaining a deeper understanding of the pupils' progress, strengths, weaknesses, and needs.
So, thank you. So, dito pa lang sa formative assessment is hindi pala siya before ate, during siya.
Before and during.
Before and during. Kasi during the teaching and learning process kasi siya binibigay ito before mag-start yung unit or class para ma-test kung meron ba silang prior knowledge. Dito din is ma-observe ng isang teacher kung ano ba yung kailangan i-improve or yung mga weaknesses and strength ng isang bata. So, pakibasa po atin Giselle.
Moreover, formative assessment provides the pupils with immediate feedback on how they are learning throughout the teaching-learning process. It enables the pupils to take responsibility for their own learning, thus realizing one of the United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization or UNESCO pillars of learning, which is learning to learn, with the pupils' reflection on their learning progress and the challenges that it entails, and do something about it, then assessment as learning happens.
So, here are the questions about the formative assessment planning sheet. So, the first one are, what do I want to know? So, ano ba yung kailangan ko pa alamin or kailangan ko pa gawain sa isang assessment? Which technique will I use to get this information and why? So, alam naman natin na maraming techniques sa isang assessment na kung saan is dapat, yung mga information na yun is dapat malaman din natin at saka magamit. So, third, how will I introduce this technique to my students? So, as a teacher, kunwari, introduce mo kung ano bang technique yung gagamitin mo para maintindihan ng mga student. Then, how much class time will it take? So, syempre, dapat hindi ganong matagal yung pagtuturo mo. So, hindi lang dapat turo ng turo. Kumbaga is, dapat mayroon din, kailangan din na break time, gano'n. So, dapat i-manage mo yung time kapag magtuturo ka. So, kasi diba as elementary, kunwari na yung turo mo is, dapat hindi lang puro turo yung ginagawa. Kailangan din ng laro, gano'n, para mag-enjoy yung mga bata. So, fifth, how will I know that if the technique was successful? So, paano mo ba malalaman natin na yung technique na yun or yung strategy na yun is successful? So, kunwari, siguro kapag yung technique na yun na tinuro mo sa student is parang na-adapt nila or nagaya nila, kunwari, yung technique na yun na tinuro mo is parang na-improve nila yung skill nila, ganun. Then, six, what is instructional change will I make as a result of information I receive? So, dito pa lang is maraming ang instructional, pero kailangan is makita mo pa rin kung ano yung result ng isang assessment. So, dun pa lang is makikita mo yung information dapat. So, yun lang po.